Good morning and welcome to the show, and thanks for waking up with us this morning. I have a special treat here at the top of the show. We have two actors from the Kaleidoscope Theater. They're going to be starring in Transylvanian Clockworks that has already opened up at the Kaleidoscope Theater. Jason Betts and Tyler Kent, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Thanks so much. Now, Transylvanian Clockworks. Now, I'm thinking it's something a little spooky with a name like that.
It is a little bit. It's a retelling of Bram Stoker's Dracula set in London during Jack the Ripper's killing spree.
Wow, how interesting is that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, good grief. Now, is it really scary, or is it a comedy, or is it a mixture of the two? What can we expect?
It's actually a kind of a mixture of three different things, really. We're calling it a erotic horror comedy. So
Erotic horror comedy.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's got the comedy in there, and it's got the risqueness of Dracula in it, but then it's it's also got the very creepiness to it. So
So it is kind of a creepy little thing. Not really for kids. I mean, this is adult
No.
entertainment.
Not
Yeah.
that there's anything that bad for them to see. It's just that children just won't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
It's more of a PG-13 kind of.
Okay.
yeah.
So can you give me in a thumbnail what the play is about?
It kind of delves deeper into Stoker's characters.
Yeah.
And again, with it being set during Jack the Ripper's killing spree, you might find out some things.
Yeah, you're kind of putting the audience on this rift they're trying to figure out because they already know the story of Dracula and they know what he's there to do, and so the whole point of the show is you're trying to figure out who's killing all these women the whole time, and so you're trying to figure out between the four men that are on the stage which one of them is the actual Jack the Ripper.
You know, I've always had a lot. Actors always make the best guests, and
thank you.
they really do, because you guys always have something else going on. Now, you're not not full-time actors, are you?
No, unfortunately not.
I mean, this is Kaleidoscope Theater. This is community theater, which is a great little place. I mean, me and my family go there frequently. We love the intimacy of the auditorium. You get to meet the actors afterwards. Why do you do this?
We love it.
Yeah.
Kaleidoscope is
Definitely love it.
100% volunteer. Nobody gets paid to do it, and yet almost every day you'll see people either rehearsing a show inside or working on sets in the scene shop or doing publicity. It's all volunteer. We do it because we love it.
And what do you do in real life?
Well, I currently work with my dad at his church. He pastors a church out in Southport, and so I help him around the church, fixing things, building things, keeping the church organized. And actually, right now, I'm actually working on the set for a musical that the church is doing. So I still do theater work around. So
okay, but it's not a Transylvanian thing.
No.
It's all very wholesome there, I'm sure. And how about you?
And I am actually just getting back into the States. I worked for about a year and a half down at the Navy base at Guantanamo Bay.
Oh,
So
did you
I'm just
really?
getting back home, delving headfirst into a show, and in transition at the time. But
Anybody who knows me knows that I am a frequent flyer to Guantanamo Bay. I've been there twice already for the terror trials down there. And were it not for being in a communist nation and having terrorists there, it would be a pretty nice place.
very lovely beaches.
Great little beaches and great geography and perfect climate. And I did a little snorkeling while I was there too.
Oh, you have to.
But that's not what this is about. This is about your what's it called? Transylvanian
Transylvanian Clockworks.
Maybe after the break, you can kind of give us a little taste of what to expect when we go to the Kaleidoscope and see the play.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Happy to.
We'll do a little scene. We'll be right back after your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm. westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Jason and Tyler from the Kaleidoscope Theater, and you guys are going to be in a production called Transylvanian Clockworks.
Yes.
Now, you're going to do a little scene for us. Maybe you can set it up for us. What are we watching here, and what are you going to do?
This is the second time that you see Dracula and Harker, and it just kind of delves more into what happened during Harker's visit to Transylvania.
So you're obviously Dracula.
Yes.
Obvious. Hence the either that or Mr. Peanut. I can't tell with the.
You know what? I'm
Spats
light
and a cane. All right, guys. Well, take it away. We're going to enjoy a little taste of Transylvanian Clockworks.
The common people believe, that there are creatures in this world who live solely upon the blood of other creatures. These are dead men. They are forever trapped in a terrible and insatiable longing for what can never quench their thirst.
You don't have many visitors here, do you, Count?
There was once a mad woman screaming in the courtyard. She believed someone had taken her child, stuffed it in a small bag, and taken it somewhere. The screams echo here. I was trapped in the castle. It was rather unpleasant. The wolves. I was unable to save her. She was rather attractive all the same.
I noticed that you don't have many servants around here, and I wondered if perhaps...
You've been attended badly.
No, not at all. I just thought that perhaps it might have been you that's been making my bed and setting out dinner and doing all the little domestic duties.
Little domestic duties.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a pet rat, and you're the one who cleans my cage.
What a revolting image.
I don't mean to imply
These tasks increase one's sense of humility, Mr. Harker. They are good for the soul.
And I've begun seeing strange things. Last night, I saw what looked like a gigantic lizard creeping down the side of the castle, head first. It must have been at least 6 feet long, creeping right down the side of the wall, head first.
You are rather peculiar yourself, Mr. Harker.
Oh, but I did see it. I really did. What do you think it could have been?
We have much in common with the lizards.
I don't. Count, listen to me.
I would expect your imagination to cause you to see strange things here. This castle has been in my family for hundreds of years. Old things and dead emotion.
I don't know about you guys, but I am sufficiently creeped out.
Excellent.
I
That's
hope
what we
you
were
are
going
too.
Yeah.
And now that was just a wonderful scene and great acting too.
Oh, thank
I
you.
got to tell you, I really kind of got into it there, especially that 6-foot lizard. Don't let my wife see it. We've got those around the house anyway. You know, we live up in Southport too, so I know what I got you. But thank you so much. Now, if you want to get a ticket to this thing, what do we need to do?
The phone number for reservations is 265-3226. So
right.
please, we had good crowds last weekend. Please go ahead and call ahead. Get your reservations. We don't want the show to sell out where people are not able to come and see it.
Thanks a lot for doing that for us. And
Thank you.
don't forget, make your reservations early for Transylvanian Clockworks. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm David Lovett, and this is your Mad Hatter Minute. Today we're going to talk about fuel economy, gas mileage, how to get better gas mileage. And it's real simple, and a real simple thing that you can do at home. There's actually two main factors that go into your gas mileage. One is a clean air filter, and two is proper tire pressure. Your air filter is the first filter on your vehicle. Takes air, fuel, and fire to make your vehicle go. Air comes in through the intake. There's a filter to stop any type of dirt and debris and trash and bugs from getting inside your motor. That filter gets clogged, it gets dirty, and it can't breathe. And when the engine's struggling to breathe, it has to increase the gas ratio, which throws your your air to gas ratios off, and your vehicle doesn't want to run right, and you start losing gas pressure. Check your air filter every time you have your oil change. Have your oil changed every 3,000 miles, and just pop the hood and have your service technician check that air filter. If it's dirty, change it. The second thing that affects gas mileage most is your tire pressure. Look at your tire pressure. You can get a tire gauge, or you can stop at any service station, and they can test your tire pressure. Typically, tire pressure on a passenger vehicle runs roughly right around 35 pounds. If you really want to know the exact pressure, look at your tires. On the tire itself, it'll say 35, max 35 psi. That's the maximum amount of pressure you want to have in your tires. And if you also want to know, you can look on your car, on the pillar, on the inside of the front door. It'll also give the tire pressure. That's the pressure you need to be running at. Running too low makes the tire flat, and it creates drag. So it takes more to start your vehicle running. And the harder it is to run, the more gas that you're going to burn. This has been David Lovett, and this has been your Mad Hatter Minute.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Dr. Ronald Johnson from Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center here in Panama City. Dr. Johnston, thanks so much for coming back on the show.
Thank you.
You know, we have talked about a lot of the different procedures that you have there, particularly Botox and things having to do with the face. But there are other areas of the body that may not be that conspicuous that people feel uncomfortable about. One of them being the armpit. There, I said it, armpit. What all do you do there?
Well, we've got a new device, one of the new devices that helps with basically excessive sweaty armpits. So people sometimes get in, just have sweaty armpits for whatever reason. Their body just creates a lot of sweat in those areas. So we've got a device that can actually
Some people have more sweat glands than others, is that the deal?
No, it's just they're more active.
Okay.
So it's sort of like a hyperactive child. These
Sure.
are hyperactive glands.
Okay.
And they're just getting a sweaty armpit. So obviously in a lot of situations, social situations or at businesses, you know, it can be uncomfortable or cause difficult social, instances where you've got a sweaty armpit. Nobody wants to look nervous or look sweaty. And a lot of times they're not. They're just have those overactive glands, and they may not be doing anything as far as physical activity, and they're just sweating.
I have a friend of mine who was like that. If he ate hot food, he would like break a sweat. We'd go to lunch and he'd be sweating in his plate. I mean, some people are sweatier than others, I guess.
Yes, it just happens, and again, it's one of those things. But fortunately now we've got a number of opportunities or a number of chances to fix it. You know, some people can get by with different types of deodorant. Some people can use different products like Botox to knock out those sweat glands. And now there's newer devices now that actually will destroy those sweat glands. And that's what we've got, which is the Dry system, which uses energy to basically destroy those glands. And once you destroy the glands in the armpits, they don't grow back.
Now, these glands, they're really small, they're little tiny sweat glands? Is
Correct.
that
Little tiny sweat glands that just are a little bit down into the skin, and they just have a single little tube that goes up. And there's areas of the body that have more. So the armpits have a lot of sweat glands, your hands have a lot of sweat glands, and your feet. And then around the rest of the other parts of the body, there's more scattered. But you pretty much have it almost in all areas of the body.
Does that have an impact on your general health? I mean, those sweat glands are there for a reason, aren't they?
Yes, but if this is designed just to treat the armpits, and when you look at the armpits, you're talking about only around 1% of your body surface area. So you're only going to lose 1% of your sweat glands. So as far as getting rid of those, it's been shown that it doesn't really have much of an impact other than just decreasing your sweat. And what it'll do is it doesn't destroy them 100%. You're going to decrease it 80 to 90% reduction. But in people who are sweating a lot, having a lot of problems with sweating, an 89% reduction is huge.
You know, for most guys, it's probably not an issue. We'll power through. I would imagine the ladies would be the most, that would be the most popular with them, I would suppose.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Yes, the women, obviously, it is an impact. They don't want to have the sweaty armpits or the whitish-looking material on their blouses. But even in men, men don't want to look nervous in business situations or in their business suits, or if they're giving a talk, they don't want to move their arms and they have this big wet spot there where they look nervous, even though they may not be.
Now, there's other things that you do in the armpit area, too. I mean, there's hair removal techniques that you can employ there as well.
Yes, mainly in women, who like to shave their armpits, which has become sort of the norm in the U.S.
Sure.
In Europe, it's not so much as, but in the
Nothing
U.S.
like an old-fashioned girl, I suppose.
In the U.S., so we do have hair reduction. So we have lasers and there's electrolysis that can destroy the hair follicles and significantly reduce the hair, or at least so you don't have to shave as much.
So you can not only reduce the sweating, but reduce the hair and just give it a presentable appearance. I think you'd actually look better in clothes, too.
Yeah, and some people it definitely helps out. And as far as the hair removal, it's mainly just so they don't have to shave as much. And some women,
that's a strictly cosmetic thing.
Yeah, well, both of them are pretty much cosmetic. I mean, even the Dry system, a lot of insurance companies aren't really covering it, so it's more cosmetic as far as that goes. Sometimes you can get them to cover some of the other things, though.
Do you do many of these procedures?
We just started getting this system. We've got it in. We have it in Mobile. It's getting very popular in Mobile. We're bringing it now over to this area.
So you'll have it here in Panama City. Now, if people wanted to learn more about it before they commit to doing this thing, or even making an office visit with you, what could they do?
Well, they can go to advanceddermclinic.com or give us a call at 850-502-5989. We do free consultations, so they can come in and we can talk about it and sort of see if they're candidates for it.
So go to the website or get a free consultation and you're off to the races.
Absolutely.
Dr. Ron Johnston, thanks so much for coming on the show and getting us smart on the armpit. And we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm here at Elliott Vocal Studios and Talent Agency right here on 23rd Street in Panama City with none other than Pamela Elliott.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Pamela. Thanks so much for letting us barge in on you today.
Absolutely.
Hey, you've great things go on here. So not only do you have the lessons, but you also are an agent now, and you're getting people work.
I am. I'm a talent agent, and we're starting to get people work, often. So it's starting to kick into gear.
It is, and the holiday season is here.
Yes.
So, that's a good gift to give somebody, the gift of music, no?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
If you don't know what to get somebody and they love to sing or they keep saying, man, I wish I could play the keyboard. Man, I wish I could play the guitar.
Yeah. Or be like me and be like, man, I wish I had some sort of talent.
Or, gosh, I'd like to try to sing and see if I really can. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
It's a great gift.
Now, if I wanted to get like a gift certificate or something, could I do that?
Yes, you surely
perfect.
can. We have all kinds of options. And, well, first let me do this. This
All
is.
right, what do you got? What's going on for the holidays here?
Okay, Bay County Connection. Okay, all you Panama City people, y'all get the Bay County Connection. Yes, you've seen this. It's good. There's some great coupons on here. Check them out. Look at them. See what you think. And bring them in. And let's get you signed up. We will give you a nice gift certificate with an envelope and all that good stuff.
Oh, that'd be a beautiful gift for a kid or even an adult who's
Yeah.
maybe a frustrated singer or musician.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
right.
you've got some sort of Black Friday special going on, too.
Black Friday special. Now, it's not on Black Friday, people. It's this Saturday. It is this Saturday.
So it's a Black Friday on Saturday.
Yes,
right?
before Black Friday. Yeah.
There you go.
And it is at the Sharon Sheffield Park for the Winter Wonderland event.
That's up there in Lynn Haven, right?
Yes, yes, and they do a really nice shopping event every year there, and it's you can't do anything better than to help our local people out.
Yeah,
that,
certainly.
That spend time making things and all. It's a good thing to do, and we're offering for one day only 15% off of a month or more of half-hour lessons, and these are voice lessons, not guitar or piano or anything, but just for voice lessons.
For voice lessons. So
half hour or an hour.
Your Black Friday special on Saturday is going to be 15% off all
Yes.
vocal lessons.
Yes.
But you have to go there to get it, right?
You have to go to Sharon Sheffield
Yeah.
Park to get this deal
On Saturday.
on Saturday, and so
Now, how are we
will
going to
have.
find you there? Where are you going to be?
Oh, you'll see us. We'll be there. We're going to be set up. Just look for the Christmas stuff. We're going to have Christmas stuff set up, and look for our banner. We're performing from 11 to 12, and there's a lot of other great talent performing that day as well. So really nice event.
Awesome. Awesome. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're going to have to put a jacket on. It's going to be a little chilly. And it's been getting cold.
Yeah, I hope it's not as cold as it is
Yeah.
right now.
Now, speaking of talent, you can have some of your great talent out there at Sharon Sheffield Park. Just follow the music and we'll find you,
That's
of
right.
course. And you've got some up-and-comers that are here now that
Yeah.
we might be able to visit with. And there's a fella named Austin you've told me about who's like a
Yes.
multi-talented young guy who's
Yes,
just
he's-
making beautiful music.
He is our keyboard and guitar and banjo teacher, and he's fantastic.
Banjo.
Yeah, he does banjo.
Wow.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Wow.
And he has really got a lot of great students. He's just doing a great job here. We're so grateful for him. And if you want to take keyboard or piano, guitar or banjo,
Or banjo. Well, maybe you can introduce me.
Absolutely.
All right, let's
do it.
Let's go barging on him. I
Let's
know he's
do
in
it.
here somewhere.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, Austin. Austin, this is Don Arias.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Austin, good to meet you.
Austin, he teaches keyboard and banjo and bass guitar and guitar.
And banjo.
Yes, banjo.
Where do you pick up banjo?
It's just I always had an interest in it, and then luckily I've had parents who were
Yeah.
encouraging whenever it came.
Are
to
your
music and
parents
stuff.
musical as well?
No.
Not
In
at
fact,
all?
they asked me where I came from
Well, isn't that
because they have
something?
nothing
Yeah.
to do with music.
I know how that works. My son has talent. I've got none. So how long have you been here at Elliott Vocals?
Almost a year now.
So now you are not just a performer, but you're also an instructor as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have a bunch of different students. They range from all ages. They take all different instruments from piano to guitar. I've had a couple banjo students that's come and left, but apparently there isn't much of a market for that here in Panama City. So.
All right, so we're back to keyboards and all the other stuff. Now, if somebody wanted to study with you, how could we get in touch with you? How could we get an introduction?
Yeah, you guys could just call the vocal studios. The number is 850-215-6050, 6050.
Okay.
And then they've got an ongoing rate for any instrument. All the instruments are the same price. And then you can just say whichever one you want, meet for an interview, something like that. I'll figure out where you are. And
Okay,
take it
so if
from
I
there.
want to learn how to play the banjo, I just call that number, ask for Austin, and we're off to the races.
Yeah, we'll schedule an interview and then we'll meet and figure out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Austin.
Yeah, for sure.